paying him to suspend him from something.
Yeah, dude, he's sick. And then the wings. Yeah, the only wings that come with
All of it.
What's up, Jets? What's up, everybody else? Got Matt Higgins in the house.
Hi, everybody.
I'm wearing my new ring robe. What's everybody think? Anniversary gift. It's very American. Probably made in China. Didn't look at the tag because I don't want to be sad. America.
Give it a couple more days.
Yeah, I'll wait till Monday to look at the tag. I don't want to be sad. But if this turns out to be made in the USA, I will lose my mind. It's very soft. It's very warm. It's very patriotic. America. Brian with the Y's here. Alan Gabois.
Just mentioned Goliath. I'm sorry.
Kevin Frazie's made a return trip. We got a few toys to sell you guys. Show you guys.
It's Devil's Night, so the evil come out.
Yeah, Devil's Night.
Yes, we both, yeah.
Happy Devil's Night, everybody.
That's funny. I got Goliath.
Chump of the year and chump of the month, Chaz, or as we know him, Cripple H, was by here earlier.
Don't forget to go like and subscribe.
Yeah. I prefer a thumbs down. Carving pumpkins, send me pictures. Yeah, I downloaded OBS and then took it off my laptop.
Streamlabs. Okay.
Okay, because I was trying to set up this stream and I went live like 3 times accidentally. Yeah, and then I was trying to just bypass it. I'm like, well, I'll fuck with it more later, and trying to get it set up. And I had to uninstall it because it kept saying connect to your streaming software because it was in there and I guess it wanted to use it.
Okay.
So I will fuck with that, but we're going to have a way of Zoom calling in.
Nice.
Yeah, that should be an interesting.
The
robe looks good. Thank you. It's very soft. It's very warm. It's a chilly, drizzly night here in Cleveland.
That reminds me the way you said that of that wrestler Danhausen guy.
Danhausen, yeah.
Yeah, his thing is like very evil, very nice.
Good, yeah.
Or very evil.
Very good.
Very evil, very
pretty good, very evil. I'm trying to
It's
remember.
not
I watched
good.
all this
It's,
stuff recently.
It might be nice. I can't remember. I've watched all his videos.
very evil and very nice. Yeah, but that sounded just like it. The way you said it, it was like very soft, very warm.
Yeah.
That could be your catchphrase.
That could be my catchphrase. Very soft, very warm. Ricky's costume tonight, he's probably face planted in the gutter down the street. Have not seen Casper.
He's going to go as sober.
Yeah.
He's
going as sober. That's a lie.
Sober.
I've never seen the man. Well, no, I did when he got clean a couple years ago. I've seen him sober.
You want to know, really? That guy used to have a lot of street cred. Seriously? Seriously?
Oh, yep. I'm sure he did.
He used to sell a lot of illegal narcotics.
Illegal narcotics.
But yeah, truth. They really used to call him Ricky with the Caddy.
Ricky with the Caddy.
Yeah, and a lot of people in the city know who he is. In fact, a few people I showed your stream to, and they were like,
"Oh, it's our stream." You're right.
I mean, I'm part of the family.
You are part of the family,
no matter
sure.
what. But I mean, it wasn't the stream. I didn't show him the stream. I was here with Ricky. I had left, but yeah, that's Ricky with the Caddy.
Ricky with the Caddy.
I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a hell of a night here on Devil's Night in Cleveland.
So don't do drugs, kids.
Don't do drugs. You end up with that Casper. Having Redemption bourbon tonight. Pretty good. This comes from Dale Kukwa, friend of mine.
Okay.
Before he went on his trip to, it's like $30 bottle. It's not crazy. Before he went on his trip to Myrtle Beach for golfing, his wrist GPS, the battery took a shit in his Garmin.
Mhm.
So I took it apart. They're in the paper bag in there. If you want to pass those out. I only got 2.
Good thing all you showed up.
Exactly. Well, Dave got one
Cheers.
earlier.
First come, first serve.
Dave was earlier.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Thanks to Mr. D too, probably. I'm sure.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh, Kukla?
The donor of these.
Oh, I bought them. He
Aw.
sells them, yeah. It's his hustle. But anyways, I brought home his watch or GPS, wrist GPS, and took it apart.
Ooh, hard.
And probably because it's cold. I didn't know if I should keep them cold or not. I don't know how long those things keep, so I got worried. I don't know anything about them, so I'm like, man, I don't want them to go bad and then be a waste of money. You guys can't enjoy them. Halloween ain't till mañana. Shut up, Cripple H. So, anyways, when he come back from Myrtle Beach, he brought me this bottle of bourbon, and I'm going to enjoy it tonight. Tomorrow is our anniversary. We are going to the Cheesecake Factory. Never been there. I hear good things. I don't know.
Yeah, very much.
I like cheesecake, so
Yeah, they got some bomb ass cheesecake. I mean, it's something fun to all the flavors.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Just
So.
the amount of flavors you.
Rhonda's never been to the Cheesecake Factory either, so it should be interesting. Now Ricky sells old Xbox 360s. Thank you, Jets. Happy anniversary. I honestly think Ricky'd sell that ass, but I'm just saying. I don't know who'd want it, but
I got these cheeseburgers. What did you say to me?
I got these cheeseburgers. Dude be talking about the rusted crow. Yeah, Chaz is under the impression that he is Eric Draven somehow or another. That's how he come dressed to our wedding, actually. It was a costume party. You didn't have a costume, you didn't get in. Cripple H showed up as Cripple Crow. You ever seen a crow flop around the ground with 2 broken wings? That was Chaz. Uh-oh, we got a visitor again tonight. Oh, look, it's Clint Torres, everybody's favorite social justice warrior.
Hey guys, I'm gonna put some burritos in my microwave over here. Now, I got my shitter over here so I don't have to get out of bed.
Ooh.
Time to eat.
I like this one. I have all the other variations of this.
Alex Baldwin. Alec Baldwin, that motherfucker needs some charges leveled against him. Maybe if he took an NRA gun safety course, he wouldn't have did that silly shit. And I'm going to let it go at that.
So there's.
I can only hope that lady's family get half that motherfucker's money and he does some jail time. America. Cancel him. We're going to cancel him immediately.
They're already printed stuff. They're already on the.
I don't know.
Sweet too. There's some
I'm having a cigarette issues tonight, guys. Keep dropping
So
them.
George bought it. I bought one of the ones that he got, like one of the same brands that he got.
Dave Webster stopped by earlier and delivered some goods.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Let's see here. We got Matt Jackson. This is Series 3. This is from Dynamite 1/29/2020 in Cleveland, Ohio. Did you ever notice that? Cleveland.
I did know that actually. Oh shit.
And we got, well, if you got Matt Jackson, you got to have Nick Jackson.
Both the Young Bucks.
I have all of Series 3 now. Let's see here. Oh, Rio. Oh, she got in there with
She's
me.
a spunky little wrestler too.
She's actually.
She's pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
She's been wrestling since she was like 12.
Yep. Got her.
12-year-old
And
girl
last
wrestling.
but not least,
That's what's up.
the bastard. Oh,
Pac.
X-Pac.
yeah.
Not X-Pac. It's
Yeah. Pac.
Pac.
The bastard.
the
And he comes with
bastard
a
Pac.
chair. He's made an alliance now with Cody Rhodes, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is. Because he was a heel last year.
Yes. And
A
Cody
bad guy. for
Cody's-
non-wrestling talk.
Cody's trying to turn around his getting booed too, which is good.
Have you seen the chases people have been finding lately?
Yeah, I ain't found a one yet, and I'm sad.
So I learned a trick today.
What's the trick?
Do we want to teach your whole audience the trick?
All 4 people? Sure.
Yeah, how to find
Yeah.
wrestling.
Because maybe the
AEW wrestling
exclusive
chases.
content here, guys.
Exclusive, guys.
Listen up.
So the tip is this. The tip is that at least this wave, so the current wave of the Unmatched series, so the Britt
Silver
Baker
box.
chase,
Yep.
Silver Box, the Britt Baker chase, and the other one is the white haired dude paints half his face.
Dustin?
No, the young guy that's with Sting.
Oh, Darby Allin.
Darby, yeah. So Darby and her are the chases. So what they have done is they take out the Dusty Rhodes out of the case pack and replace it with the chase. So if you go to a Target and you see 3 or so of the wave, generally they only put 3 to 4 out of each wave, not of each character, of each wave, because they only have so much room. So if you see a couple and don't see Dustin, there's probably a chase at that store. Not that great of a tip. But the other real part of the tip is you have to ask. You have to nicely ask the people who work there
Nicely.
if they have any of these in stock in the back, because they generally don't put the chases out on the floor.
Generally.
But it does happen.
Got a few other things today. Matt Higgins dropped off. Some more things for the
That dirt.
Shrine of Undertaker. This is a Amazon exclusive Undertaker figure.
It's the Boneyard version.
Boneyard version. Got that.
This one's kind of sweet.
Yeah, this one glows in the dark. Amazon exclusive Undertaker. Where you at, Triple H? And I got Loyal Subjects Undertaker. Oh, I need that Macho Man one. Oh, he's cool. Who else is on here? Nobody else exciting.
Yeah, a lot of you guys.
Oh, there's a All-American Macho Man
He's
with
a
bell
chase.
accessory.
One
He's
of
just
them's the
chase.
chase. Yeah.
Oh, and the Stinger's on there. And then Johnny's probably doing his YouTube show right now. Old Johnny from Pittsburgh. Got your Britt Breaker. I'll get it to you. Well, whenever I come to fucking Pittsburgh, unless you want to pay for shipping. So.
And Buddy knows a couple guys who hunt for AEW figures, so if you need more, you message him. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we're in a
We
group.
don't charge people a ton of money.
Nope. But there's old Britt.
It's an awesome figure.
It is. I got my whole wave at the Macedonia Walmart all at once.
Yeah.
I seen when I walked in, I didn't even want to stop there. And Ronald's like, oh, you want to check this Walmart since we're here? We were coming back from somewhere. And I walked in, and the first one I seen was the Cody Rhodes LJN style one. I was like, oh, I'm buying that. Because remember, I told you months ago, it was the only one I was going to buy.
Yeah.
It's the only one I'm going to buy.
Yeah, that didn't last.
40 figures deep into this shit.
And they just released 2 new waves.
Yeah, those ain't hit yet, have they?
They haven't hit the big box stores. Well, actually, that's not completely true because so weirdly, the distribution's been weird. A lot of these places will get 1 pack of the wave,
That's insane.
and then a month or 2 later, they'll get 15 of them. So,
Way to spread it out.
yeah, a few guys have reported that they've gotten the Lance Archer, and there's a couple others, but it's not like the whole wave. So,
Sting's in this new wave.
Sting is in this new wave.
Got to have Sting. Got to have the Stinger.
Yep.
62 years old, still
He's in
doing
the
it.
silver.
Yeah, he's in the silver box.
Which I still don't understand what the difference in the unmatched is.
And the unrivaled. I don't either because I got confused because I thought maybe Series 1 just had the silver box. I was like, this is the
Yeah.
older series. I'm
Right.
like, no, that's a new series.
I don't know what the difference is. I thought it was going to be articulation, or I thought and there's no difference. The price is
Ooh.
the same.
We're swapping heads.
I was scared though. Like first time doing it, am I gonna? Okay.
Keep buying them. I will.
Doing that.
Alan, if you and Michelle run across any AEW figures, hit me up. Especially a chase. And how you can tell the chase because you don't know the figures is on the front. There will be a little square sticker. It'll say 1 of 2,000. One of 1,000, one of 3,000, one of 5,000.
Yeah, and the chases aren't really too different. Usually, it's usually like a clothing swap.
Well, I know Britt Baker's has got a white coat instead of a silver one. So
yeah, they're not real big difference. Now the
Darby's
got a different paint scheme,
different paint and
clothes.
different skateboard.
Yeah, different. Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
Everything's different.
AEW's done some real good things. They made a few mistakes along the way, but you know,
That's the only new wrestling figures I collect, other than Undertaker stuff. Just because, well, I hate the Undertaker because he's lame.
Just a lot.
He's a fucking lame. My new belt didn't get delivered today. Let me check. I got a new belt coming because, well, I needed it.
well, we got a couple of. You got my crack.
Who?
You got my crack. You the guy with the crack. You the guy with the crack.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? The line? Wasn't it that? You the guy with the crack.
You the guy with the crack? Yeah, with Ben. But so next Saturday I'll have a new belt to debut. As if I needed it. I guess I did. That'll make me 20 belts.
Jesus Christ, buddy.
I built a shelf in the closet upstairs. So I got them all laying flat. Remember I had them laying on the ground in front of the TV?
Yeah.
And they're in the way. So in that storage closet, I built a 52-inch or 56-inch long shelf. It's up there with these big heavy duty, and I just got them all laying flat, stacked on them.
That's nice. Looks like you got a nice place to put them too.
Oh man, Hawk and Brett, you hate Sting. Dude, who could hate Sting?
Yeah.
Who could hate the icon
Yeah.
Sting? Legitimately.
I mean, there was a few years in TNA where it was kind of hard being a Sting fan,
But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll give you that.
You don't like that wrestling kid, Darby's like 28 years old. He does look like a kid.
I really like Darby, although I can't remember his name. I like his story, his whole backstory, his real life backstory.
Yeah.
I really like Darby, actually.
Yeah, I got hip to Darby before I started watching AEW. I was watching a documentary on wrestling on
YouTube.
YouTube.
The
probably.
YouTubes.
Yeah, and just went down a rabbit hole one night, and it was like the third documentary I was watching, and it was his last match before he got signed by AEW, and whatever little independent wrestling he was in, he got his arm broke with the shovel. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Snapped it clean in two. You're like, oh God, that had to hurt. Forget the name of the documentary, but it was a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh, Junebug.
And he wrestles like he really wrestles like he does not care if he gets hurt.
Yeah, he does.
You see him like, yes, wrestling is staged, but you can only
It's not.
you can only hit a guy so you can only not hit a guy so hard in the face where it looks fake.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, these guys are actually they even come out and say they actually hit each other.
They take
it
some
doesn't
bumps.
feel good getting punched
Bumps.
in the jaw.
That's what they call them, bumps.
Bumps, yeah. Taking your bumps.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next
that's-
couple of
that-
waves of AEW figures, obviously.
I hate the pepper shit.
You ate the pepper.
Look, you get that. He's got a pepper in there as an accessory, so he has that mean face, like, oh, I got a shit.
Oh. So what's everybody else up to on Devil's Night? They're having a party across the way. I can hear that jumping off.
Nobody's naked yet, so it can't be
No.
that kind of party.
Yeah, they think it'll be
Just a
party.
gathering in this moment.
Yeah, it would be a gathering, but I can hear the music and they have a lot of cars on the street.
I walked past that thing probably 3 times before I got it. I had no intentions on wanting to start a Gargoyles collection.
So you bought one?
Dude, it's just a beautiful toy. A beautiful figure, not toy, but figure, whatever.
Kevin's got to show that off.
Dude, it's just beautiful. It looks so good.
Oh, it does. I'll give it that.
But yeah,
It was a
Bronson
little. You guys
Williams.
are a bit younger than me, so it was out of my wheelhouse as far as
Yeah.
something I was
Oh no,
doing.
absolutely. It was
Yeah,
right
when
at
I
that
was
point in
new,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's whatever early morning
And
cartoons.
it was Disney enough. I was young enough, and it was Disney enough that I thought it would. I would still watch it, but it was old enough content that I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
At the time,
Yeah, it wasn't
you know?
like childish.
Yeah, I'll give it that. I've seen a few episodes.
It reminds me of like the Spider-Man of that era and the X-Men.
Everybody,
It was written like that.
I'm about to say something. I'll probably get a bunch of hate. those slaps you see. I forget who that was earlier this year on AEW. The slaps. Bryan Danielson got a lot of slaps from Kenny Kingston this past week.
That was a nice little match. Yeah, those dudes beat the shit out of each
They
other.
legitimately did. It was pretty good, yeah.
And that's a lot of what's going on. Is a lot of these guys in that company are really beating the crap out of each other.
Oh yeah.
That Lance Archer dude, he beats the shit out of them guys. You watch. Their chests are all lit up. And then they got Big Show going in the ring now just to smack people in the chest as hard as he can. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Ronda actually likes AEW too, so
it's pretty rough.
We watched all of it today while we were here at the house cleaning. We watched Wednesdays and Fridays.
I was gonna hit you up earlier.
We're gonna do. You should have. I've been here all day. We're ordering the pay-per-view for come over for, man.
What? Set tomorrow?
No, it's
what pay-per-view? AW?
Yeah.
I'll come over and kick in.
Yeah, we figured anybody local except Chaz and Junebug. You can't come. But any of you local guys want to come over and watch the pay-per-view with us, we're gonna order it. It's only $40. Who gives a fuck? It's only money.
What's he got bowling sex? Okay.
I did not, Hawk and Brent. The Heel Show. I've seen the previews for it, but I've yet to watch it. Drop it. Yeah, it is a cold night here tonight. It is. No, we were talking about starting to watch that though, actually, Hawk and Brent, because Heels.
I actually want to check that out too.
Yeah, you haven't checked it out yet either?
No, with the guy, the Arrow guy.
Yeah, that's what he said, yeah.
And a bunch of wrestlers are in it too, in and out of it. Cameo.
We'll have to get Ronda on that. I go to sleep every night now watching TNA Impact.
What about Glow too? The gorgeous ladies
coming back again.
But did you see the first season?
No, I watched it when I was a kid, the original Glow.
Well, they said that the reboot's pretty decent actually.
Yeah. When's the pay-per-view? Hold on, Hawk and Brent. We were just talking about it, so it should be in my Google search. We're gonna get it. AEW pay-per-view. It is going to be upcoming pay-per-views Full Gear on November 13th. So we're gonna get that and sit and watch wrestling, make some pizzas or something. No, I haven't watched. We were talking about that Glow, the new last season. Haven't watched it. Going to. I'm a very busy man. A lot of work, a lot of time and effort I put into the show. I had to carry this laptop outside and stressed.
Because me and Kevin decided to come over.
Yeah, it got stressed out. I was ready to take it back in the house. We were going to do it from the living room.
I actually have to go to work tomorrow night. I don't have too long to do that. I did bring something else to show off.
What's he got? He's been the Target.
Yeah.
Oh, is that big sexy?
Target. DX figure, not the super exciting. The new Billy Gunn DX.
Oh, yeah. See, I thought about those too.
It's a deep hole, bro.
I know. I don't want to get involved in it.
Now, but the thing I like about this line is I think these are better out of package.
You think so?
Yeah, because the packages are cool. Like I have my packages lined up, and then I in one place, like on a shelf, and then I have my figures all somewhere else. Because there's nothing really in the box. Like I don't know.
Yeah, I thought
all the boxes are the same, I guess.
Which is good if you're going to leave them in box, so you can line them up with the artwork.
See, I like my.
But I had Piper in my hands.
Yeah.
This Piper, and I'm holding it, and I'm like, I guess I'll buy this. I can't find anything else. And then I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, if I buy one of these, and I'm like, it's so cool. And I'm like standing in Target, and I'm like, right back on the shelf. I talked myself out of it quick.
Yeah, you saved yourself.
Yeah, I saved myself some headaches and a lot of money.
Hole. Yeah. Yeah, it's a deep hole once you start. Because they remake the same
Figures over and over.
5 outfits, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone.
I mean, it'd be like that if they had like all the DX guys at once. I ran into them, I would
Right.
probably buy them.
So this is this figure in particular is when they invaded WCW, when they pulled up on the little tank,
Yep.
the fake tank.
Yep.
So all 4 figures are there's going to be 4 of them. They do in China. They already did. What's his name?
They didn't do Triple H already, did they?
Was it Triple H? No, I don't know. I don't remember. They did one of them already though. I don't remember.
See, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Yeah, I'm going to check Heels out. So I guess CM Punk plays a wrestler on that show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I talked myself right out of those Mattel WWE figures. Nipped it in the fucking bud. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I didn't. What's everybody else up to? I figured Cap would be in here. Those any good, guys? Or it work?
It takes about a half hour.
Okay, I don't know.
Activation time.
Activation time. Very, very American. Very
And go
soft.
fuck yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what this is for. Does it tie off on the inside here somewhere?
I think so. Yeah, so it doesn't like fully go. Like it has a little like
Oh yeah, maybe.
for a little privacy.
No, I don't need any of that. I like to go free balling.
Amen.
But I got my ring attire now. I got my ring robe. I'll get Ronda the bedazzle asshole real big across the back of it.
When I first saw it, I thought it was one of those throw pullover things. I didn't know it was a robe.
Yeah, it's an actual robe.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's very, very, very soft, very warm,
Very soft, very warm.
very soft.
That
very
should
warm.
be your tag.
Yeah, that should be my
I swear
thing.
to God.
Yeah, because I'm very soft, very warm as well. Well, Kev, you gonna show off your stuff?
I can, yeah.
Well, have at it. Kev's got some treasures.
I was going shopping today. Went over to Geneva, Ohio.
Both
Geneva,
toys.
Saw Mr. Mike Buck.
Ohio.
But yeah. We have this little tall Smurf.
Admiral
Little
Thrawn.
angry Smurf. Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Oh, that's right, Grand Admiral. I better get that shit
That's that
straight.
thing. Yeah, that was with that too. Well, even like that Tarkin, it was like Moff Tarkin,
Yeah,
Grand
Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah.
You know, Admiral, yeah, but whatever. Just yeah. And then we have the Infiltrator Flynn from the Tron when he turned into a bad guy, colored guy, and run around like, "I'm not here, guys. I'm going out. Don't worry about it."
I'm on your side.
And then they added the second series. They added the blast effects to him as well, so they actually showed them dodging the other identity disc.
Yeah, those are cool figures.
Yeah, I like these ones. Just the articulation, or just the design on them. Then this guy, this I like. I was telling Higgins about too. I got all the other ones. Like there's other 3 other versions of that, like Unite Warriors, Combiner Wars, and then just Power of the Primes. But I like the whole feel of
From the
size
Planet
as well.
Junkar.
They were,
Bowie,
they were my
Brown,
favorite
Wheat,
part
Mini
of the movie, the 86 movie. Too.
Oh, yeah, and then the Weird Al, Dare to Be
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh,
song.
dude, yeah, this basically, yeah. But here's Wreck-Gar from the 86 line for the movie series.
And you know you can fit another, when he goes into bike mode, another one fits inside of him.
That's why I have like a couple of the other ones. I have them all in bike mode. So like one of them's like they're all like riding each other with that. Like in the movie was. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was my favorite part.
Heck yeah. But yeah, it comes with the mustache and all, man. It looks really good.
Nice.
Got a nice haircut. Looks good.
I need a haircut myself.
And then this handsome gentleman, just those were cool toys, but this guy right here, especially with the Lord Hollow's Eve approaching, reading you a nice bedtime story. But everybody doesn't know him. It's Goliath from Gargoyles. But yeah, that's pretty big wingspan.
Yeah, and it's nice sculpt.
It's
The
gotta be
texture on the
6,
wings.
18 inches.
Yeah, I don't have a
The
tape out here.
wingspan,
It's probably 18.
about like 6 of me, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I have to say that alone. But yeah, probably like a 78-inch figure.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah.
a cool ass figure.
Yeah,
Especially if you're into Gargoyles.
Is the loincloth plastic?
Yeah,
It looks like it's not.
it does.
They got
it
a good
does.
texturing,
It
like on the
looks-
wings, look leathery too.
They do, yeah. They have a nice, like the.
Who are those made by? McFarlane or NECA?
No, those are NECA, yeah.
Those are NECA.
Yeah.
NECA toys.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm-
NECA's always killing it.
I don't know if I'm gonna go with Demona, but I'm gonna have to get a bronze though for sure because of the wing cape. The wing cape alone is
The
just
wing cake for
how it
sure.
just kind of floats around like that,
Yeah.
like that. It's just like ugh, looks cool, but
Yeah, I think they're cool. It's not my cup of tea, but they're really cool figures, though. I will say that. Would be great live action on HBO Max Gargoyles. Yeah. HBO Max I haven't been taking advantage of here lately. I'm paying for it every month. I ain't watched anything on it in 3-4 weeks.
yeah, I keep forgetting it because like, my buddy's got it on his PlayStation.
Yeah, I've got it, and I forget I have it. I've been free time and playing a little Call of Duty again.
Nice.
They're having a Halloween event right now on there. You can get the Scream outfit and a bunch of other shit. If you're into video games. Alan, I got the picture of your pumpkin, that first one. It's pretty fucking sweet. Alan's jack-o'-lantern.
Oh yeah. Is it just a glow stick in there or what?
You got a glow stick in there, or is that a actual candle? It looks green, don't it? Or is that my eyes?
It might be the yeah. I think it's from the Flash.
Yeah. Very cool.
Hulk Brent asked you don't watch Titans.
I do.
I gotta watch that new series.
I've watched the first 2 seasons. I've yet to catch up on season 3, so I don't want any spoilers, please.
That's where I'm at too. I think season
We
2.
we haven't started watching it yet.
I forgot about that.
It is a green glow stick in there. There you go.
Nice, nice, dude. So
Yeah.
you're on. Right on.
Yeah. There you go. We know all the tricks
I see.
and all the treats. I'd be the treat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll be out here tomorrow night. We won't do a show, but we have a tradition of sitting outside watching Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and Son of Frankenstein, and giving out candy.
Shit.
So why stop? Yeah, we've done it for years, me and Rhonda.
Maybe that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Yeah, come on over.
Up to it.
Yeah, maybe we'll cook and shit too if people are over.
Like I said, I gotta fucking work in the morning. I'm not happy about it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I plan on just fucking around the house some more in the morning and then going to the Cheesecake Factory.
Dude, the cheesecake menu is larger than the regular food menu.
I was looking online, dude. I don't even know what I'm gonna get.
Dude, it's
They
like
fucking have everything.
You're gonna walk in there like they got cheesecake,
So
you got raspberry cheesecake,
We got blackberry cheesecake.
strawberry cheesecake,
Yeah. We got
peanut butter cheesecake,
Coca-Cola cheesecake.
black and mild cheesecake. What?
Black and mild.
Swiss straight cheesecake.
Nice. What's the cat's name? That's 2 different cats, ain't it? Copper. Oh, Copper Fist. He's talking to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello.
He's over finger fucking his wreck car, bro.
I am, yes. Pick up my 4-foot coffin, then I
Yeah.
finished. Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
With the cat, nice.
It's nice.
Well, buddy.
You taking off, Matt?
Yeah, already.
Well, thank you.
Good night, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon.
Be safe, everyone.
Come on over tomorrow. We'll be handing out candy and watching
I'll
Frankenstein.
meet you up around. What time does your team start? 5?
I think 6 to, I don't know. I don't know
I
what it
get
is.
up in the afternoon.
Yeah, as soon as it gets dark, we stay out here anyways. You play Call of Duty occasionally? Yeah, I go through spurts with it, Hawk and Brent. I'll play it like every night after work for an hour or so, and then I won't touch it for months. I just get in those moods, and then I got other things going off, and blah, 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 blah. So,
Just listen how much ass you can whip.
do I?
40 said just listen how much ass you can whip doing 49 and 3.
Yeah. I get on there wrecking motherfuckers.
I'm gonna give you guys a couple months. I'll be back.
I love it when kids start talking shit to me.
Oh yeah.
I fucking hate you.
Quit sucking.
Yeah.
You're using an aimbot.
I don't even know what that means.
I served in the war. I served in the military, boy.
Yeah.
It's even funny you can say shit like that too.
Yeah. We were playing for a while with a bunch of vets, actually.
Nice.
A bunch of us were getting together. William Mills and, well, Steve, my brother-in-law, he was the only one that wasn't a vet in the group. This Call of Duty has gotten bad, but one of the most fun event at the end of this year's game. What, the Scream event or Haunting or whatever it is? I hate playing Warzone with people I don't know because you get like lobbed in there with morons that are doing well. They're not trying to win a team-based game, that's for sure. When you're playing like on Nuketown, which is my favorite, you can carry legitimately a whole team because I've done it more than once. You can be stuck in there with some just stone cold garbage motherfuckers, and as long as you're in mode, you can carry them. Zombies, I never got into the zombies. When I first got the Cold War, I played it, I don't know, probably for a week, and I'm like, eh.
I played a lot of zombies.
I gotta put another microwave sandwich in my microwave. Eat, 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 eat. Remember, donate to my Patreon. I ain't gotta pay rent.
Go lay down, Clint Torres.
I don't have to lay down. I'm always in bed.
Shut up, Clint Torres. This one's the most fun for me. What, the zombies on this particular game? I was playing it, like I said, for the first week when I got it. And the funny thing about it is I almost bought it again when the Coof come about. I had bought the game Black Friday and didn't realize that it was on sale for like $30. Then, early 2020, we getting coofinated. There wasn't a lot to go out and do. So I'm like, fuck, I'm going to start playing video games again. And I was like, I know somebody had that on sale for like $40. And we were out at Walmart or whatever, maybe Target, I don't remember. And I had it, and I'm like, going to get it, and it's like $60. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to figure out who the fuck had it for $40.
Yeah. Just
Sure enough, I went home, and that night, we carrying in the groceries and everything. I had a sealed copy of it sitting there already. I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't buy that. Dude, back in my Xbox 360 days, those shelves in the living room in there.
Yeah.
That was all Xbox 360 games.
Oh wow. Okay.
I had over 400 360 games alone.
Oh wow.
400. And probably 100 of them were still sealed. Maybe 150.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It was crazy. I would just buy games continuously and never play them. But yeah, that's what's been going off here, guys. You guys have gotten awful quiet again. What do I got to do to entertain you? I mean, Chaz won't come back over. No, somebody in our wrestling chat sent a photo. Uh-oh. That ain't wrestling. That's Hawk Pops. Those giant Hawk Pops?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Gladiator Hawks, is that what that is?
I think it was. I don't know what it was. Yeah, Higgins got one of those from one of the guys in the group earlier too.
Well. Bring out Todd Mizak's.
I'm mad about that actually. I tried to buy. Now that I can say that now, I tried to buy fucking Tide Mizak's for Alan, like one in my box.
Yeah.
The one I had, the same edition, and Macari and the thing fell through. No, they didn't get a hold of me. Like it was like, do you want to say anything? I'm like, no, I want the fucking toy. I'm like, send it, and finally it didn't come through. So yeah, Alan, I was trying to get you a Tide Mizak, but we'll see. I only found one on Markari, but it's gone.
I've got a little box put together. I got to get in the mail for Alan, actually.
Okay. I got it in Michigan. I think we're going to go to Michigan soon. So if I go to that same store again and go hunting.
Oh, where are you going to Michigan? Else. Your buddy's place again?
No, just to go hit the dispensaries.
Oh, okay, all right.
For their stuff. They got a couple of there. So
you said it's all good, Copperfish. But yeah, Alan, you will have a box on its way. I got it pretty much packed up. There's a couple other little things I'm looking to put in it, little treasures.
They got the little. I was trying to get a couple of those. They had the shitty Mizax from. They had a one for Burger King toy.
Really?
It came out with the Netflix series, yeah, and it looks really crappy compared to the one that I got. But I saw them on Mercari for like $8. I was gonna get a bunch of them. Like, oh hell, Todd!
Oh my God, have a
King of the
little army
Mizax.
of them.
Yeah, you know.
Oh God.
I'd have the Terex just have like a fucking 13 Terexes. I'm gonna laugh now. My buddy does. We got.
I will add you, Hawk and Brent. I'm Buddy Ranger, I think. Yeah, on Xbox it's Buddy Ranger. And then I don't know my Activision account. It's Buddy Boomstick hashtag and a bunch of numbers.
Oh yeah, because you had to get that after.
Yeah, but yeah, it's Buddy Ranger on Xbox. It's got a picture of my profile picture is Meatwad from Aqua Teen. It is.
Meatwad.
It is. It's Meatwad.
I know.
I'm a working man.
I know. Do I know?
Meatwad was my favorite character in there. Yeah, Buddy Ranger, all one word.
Where's my whiskey? I'm going to get tore up.
Tore up. Hey, Meat Man. Carl was my favorite on that show too. I loved him. I seen him in '86 in Madison Square Garden. They blew the roof off the place.
What are you guys doing in my pool?
Yeah. This ain't cool there, Fry Guy. That was a great. That and Squidbillies were my two favorites.
Yeah.
I told people. Somebody asked me a few years ago what my spirit animal was, and I used to tell people a bear. You know, who asked these questions? I've been asked 20 times in my life, so go figure. There's a lot of idiots out there. The last person to ask me was a coworker. Well, what's your spirit animal? I looked at them real serious. I go, well, Southern Georgia mud squid. And they're like, Southern Georgia mud squid?
Specifically.
Yeah, and they're like, I don't understand. I'm like, you ever seen Squidbillies? They're like, no. I'm like, you probably should Google that. Early Kyler, he's my personal hero. That's the only game you got for Xbox, Junebug, is Far Cry 5.
That's the old one.
Yeah, what's the newest one?
New one's 6. That's with Juan Carlo Esposito is the bad guy.
Oh,
So
last one I played was 4. So
okay,
I had Far Cry
5
4.
came out like about 3 years now.
Yeah,
More recently.
I just finally picked up Friday the 13th for my Xbox One.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty boring game, but it was sealed, and I got it for $3. I'm like, well, fuck.
I was talking to the guy at the exchange day about Resident Evil 7.
Really?
Yeah, because they have Resident Evil 7s out, then they have the Villages after that. It's like, ooh, didn't know about that.
Yeah, I mostly played the Call of Duty games too, Hulk Brent. I was big into the Forza racing games too.
Ooh, Forza was a shit.
Dude, we used to have
Forza was so good,
Wednesday
dude.
night was our race night.
So Forza was so good.
We
All the shit.
race other teams all over the world.
Oh,
It
shit,
was
'cause I
great.
used to play an Xbox too on Forza.
Yeah, drag race. It was great.
Oh.
Yeah, but a buddy of mine, well, he was at the time, he ruined it. It's like everything has overlords in it. So me and a friend of mine, who was a coworker back in Pittsburgh, when I first got out of the Army, I lived in Pittsburgh for 3 years. Made friends with this guy. He was a weird cat. Long and short of the story is, he was like 10 years older than me, and he would like try to emulate everything I did. It was the weirdest thing. So like I had pierced ears. Now this motherfucker goes at 50 years old and gets his ears pierced. He wanted to have a mohawk, but he was balding, and just would like go crazy about it. And he was going to do the reverse, like Hawk from the Road Warriors, and his wife, who was 10 years older than him, lost her shit. She goes, I told Mark he ain't doing that. He wants to be just like everything I would do. This dude would do it. I'd get in a fight at a gas station. He'd go provoke a motherfucker at the next gas station. It's not a joke. Everything I did. So I was playing Forza, and I'd met a few guys online and everything, and didn't know them. We started like a race club, and Mark's like, oh, I'm going to get me an Xbox. So Mark's one of those guys, and it goes back to Dave has talked about this, Captain. People will get into whatever it is they're into. Mesopotamian? Actually, he is. And Rhonda hates his guts. There's stories I'll tell you off air about him. Because if I'd known what I knew about him when I first met him, I wouldn't have fucked with that motherfucker at all. So I will leave that there. He was one of those guys, whatever he fell into, it was like his thing, like bow hunting, right? This motherfucker would tune his bow up, $800 to tune a bow. Crazy things. And like tree stands, he'd buy a new self-climbing tree stand every year for $800, $1,000. And they were so lazy, like a small child, he wouldn't go back in the woods and get it. Just insane. And like he became that way with Xbox. So like on Call of Duty, I've yet to buy. I'm lying. Because when I bought the game, there was a code for the first season pass. Hence, I got it with the game. And then I bought the second season pass for $20 or whatever. Yeah. And I didn't play it enough to make it worthwhile. And I don't, like in the older Call of Duty games, you used to be able to buy so you could get drops, airdrops. Remember that, like in Modern Warfare 2 and all that? Yeah. He would spend real legitimate money on fake things. And like with Forza, he did that. So
get all the extra.
This guy legitimately, because his wife called me, and they're living in Pittsburgh, screaming at me, telling me that I'm about to give him a place to live because he took the credit card. My wife was out of work, mind you. Wife was out of work. He got fired. I mean, the guy got fired everywhere he worked. Since I've known that guy, he's had 15, 18 jobs. I'm not joking. As an adult. Spent every dime that was in his bank account and another $150. She called him putting the bag of games on the back porch. He went out and bought I had the steering wheel, the regular like $200 steering wheel that I bought like off Marketplace or Craigslist probably. Yeah. For like, I don't know, $75. He bought that and it wasn't good enough for him. He spent $1,400 on an actual racing chair that he sat in. That's how crazy he was. And then he started making all these, going back to the Overlord part. So it was a bunch of just guys. And we'd get on there, and we were a team, and we raced, and we did good, right? We were moving up in the ranks and all that,
Nice.
Pretty good that does you. We're having fun. So this motherfucker starts making all these secret rules. All of a sudden, he become the overlord of this group. And would, like, boot people randomly and just, being power hungry on a power trip. And I'm just like, you know what? I ain't playing Xbox anymore. What do you mean? He called me. And he's one of those guys, if he called you, this is a full-grown adult male in his 50s. He didn't answer. He'd keep calling like a psycho girlfriend. You've been in a fight with a psycho girlfriend.
Dude, 27 missed calls.
Yes. Like, he's that guy as an adult, 2.5 hours away from me, like freaking out because I wouldn't answer the phone.
I'm going to drive there right now. I'm an hour away.
He, funny story, true story. So our old neighbors over here years and years ago, we went camping with Josh, Ariel. They had 2 kids at the time. It was me, Rhonda, Aaron, his wife. They had 1 kid and another couple. We went camping. So this is what Mark did. He called me like on a Thursday. He would call me constantly. Hey, boy, what you doing, boy? Wait, hey, boy, I miss you, boy. I'm like, all right, what's up? What you getting into this weekend? I'm like, we're going camping. Well, hell, I was coming to Cleveland to visit you. And I'm like, well, we're going camping. You can ask Rhonda about this. It's like, where are you going camping? I'm like, I don't know, actually. He goes, what do you mean you don't know? I go, I know it's near Mohican Lake. I don't know the name of the campground, right? So we get home from work Friday. Rhonda, Ariel, the 2 kids. We took a couple dogs. We only had, I think, 2 dogs then. We took Lola with us. You guys never got to meet her. And they had a dog. I can't remember his name. So Josh, the husband that used to live next door to me, didn't usually get home to 5:30 every day. So me and him was going to ride down to the campground that Friday. They left like early morning. Got down there and got the tent set up and all that shit. Mm-hmm. So, meet up with Josh. It's an hour and a half drive, whatever. It's down there a ways. Down by Bucyrus and all that.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of a, drive out Mansfield in that general direction.
Okay.
So we get there. This is the Friday night. Get everything set up. We eat, grab some drinks, listen to the music. I don't think we went tubing that first night. We might have. I don't remember. So we're up late at this campground, drinking, eating, having a good time. We all lay down about 1:30 in the morning, thereabouts. And I literally, this is not a joke, I just went to sleep. And I hear his voice. Him and his wife had loaded up their truck and had hit every campground in that general area looking for us. I could hear him. Well, I know he's here. It's my friend Buddy. And then he's flipping out because my phone, I had T-Mobile then. There was like no reception.
Oh yeah, especially with there. Oh yeah.
Yeah. And he's like freaking out because I didn't answer my phone. This motherfucker come, and it's not a joke, with his old ass wife and bum rushed us when we were out with our friends that are close to our age at a campground and like invited us up for the whole weekend. It was horrible. It was horrible. It's not. Ask her about Mark Reed and camping, and she will. Her eyes will roll into the back of her head, and she'll. Let me tell you about this motherfucker. This guy stalked me and showed up at a fucking campground where he didn't know where the fuck I was. I gave him the general area, and he went to all 30, 40 campgrounds in that area looking for Buddy Harvey. Looking for Buddy Harvey. That's insane. How long ago was this?
No, I'm saying how long it took me to find you guys. It took me an hour and a half to find you.
Yeah, this was like eight years ago. It was crazy. Stalker, yes. He did find us. Yeah. Oh, Chaz remembers Mark. One time he come here because he was fighting with Marion, and he showed up here for an unannounced weekend and had to borrow $50 to get back home because he had no gas money to get back home. So I gave him $50. Next thing you know, at 2:00 in the morning, he calls me. He's at the last toll booth to get to his house at Newcastle, Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh, west of Pittsburgh. And he had to panhandle there for money because he had enough money for gas and the tolls to cover it. He needed to borrow $50. And I wasn't making any money then. Mm-hmm. No overtime, no nothing. This was like when I first started with my company and was making nothing. I still don't make anything, but when it comes down to it. But yeah, he was and I'm like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, didn't you have enough money? Well, I wanted to stop at McDonald's and have a cheeseburger. Well, if you know you've only got $50 and it's going to take 28 in gas and the other, tolls, right? Or whatever it was, 25 and 20, whatever it was. I'm like, why would you spend it? I was hungry. That is what a 5-year-old would do. And I hung up on it. I told him exactly, that is what a 5-year-old would do. And I hung up the fucking phone on him. He called like 4 more times. I turned my phone off. Stalker, not a friend. Dude was a psycho. Psychopath.
Dude that knows my name.
Mm-hmm. He wanted to have a guys' night out because I go to concerts and everything. This is a great one too. Now I was going for the divorce, blah, 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 whatever. He's like, hey, me and you gonna go out this weekend. Guys' night out. There's a Black Sabbath tribute band. I'm like, well, I'm really not into tribute band. But he goes, but I know you like that devil music, Black Sabbath. That's what he said, that devil music. I'm like, yeah, we'll go. As soon as I get off work. He was already out of work because he'd been fired while we were working together and had another job and already been fired from it.
Don't worry, I'll get out on town.
Yeah, so we go to this little concert venue in Pittsburgh. It's a bar concert venue, the Smiling Moose. Like $5 or whatever to get in. Cool. We're going to have a few drinks, listen to this. And the band was actually good. I forget the name of the tribute band, but they were putting on a decent tribute, to say the least. It was not unenjoyable. Okay. He fucking made them find him earplugs. Foam like earplugs. Went to a concert, put in earplugs in a bar. This is all his idea. I'm like, we can leave anytime you want, Mark. Because it's so loud in here, I can't talk to you. I'm like, why are you yelling, Mark? Because I can't hear you. I'm like, stop yelling, Mark. We're here to enjoy the music. I don't even like Black Sabbath. I'm like, check, please. I got to go.
You can't enjoy shit.
I got like 4 songs deep in it. I had to go.
Oh, God. Yeah.
This guy was like psycho. Oh, Chaz remembers he was in there in the racing league, right? He would like make these, he was being the overlord. He'd make all these crazy rules as to what paint schemes you could run and was expecting all of us regular guys who didn't want to spend any money. You could earn Forza money or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he got with some hacker and he kept getting his account shut down. where he could get all the $1 billion of Forza dollars at once, just crazy shit. But he wanted us all to run red and silver or whatever it had to, or red and whatever the color scheme he picked, just and would literally people that I'd played with, not just on Forza, but Call of Duty and other games for years. He'd be like booting them out of the club and blocking them. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, I'm done.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
You're making me look bad, bud.
yeah, because you're an idiot. Oh, it was Alan. You wouldn't believe it. And this was over a video game. I'm like, I don't need this stress. I do this to relax.
Oh yeah, really.
I hope nobody's triggered by my shirt. We were going through stuff to give a bunch of clothes to Chaz. I found a bunch of shirts and stuff I haven't seen in years.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a collector's item. Oh no, the Forza race nights. It was fun for about a year, and then when he got involved in it, it became. I don't want to use the R word because I ain't allowed to, but it was Mesopotamian. Thank you for throwing up the links, Jet. Don't worry, guys. I will take my mask and my one of my title belts with me tomorrow to Cheesecake Factory. I'll see if they respect me the way El Taco Macho does and bring me a table just for my belt to lay on. I doubt they're going to do that at Cheesecake Factory. El Taco Macho, it's not a joke, dude. They bring me a table, like carry it out and bring it to me to set my fucking belt on while I'm eating. Crazy.
That's great. Even like from the first time you did it.
Oh,
too,
dude, love it.
like that.
Love
like,
it.
No, this is great.
We ain't been there in forever, too. They're probably like, he died. I do not see him anymore.
It was on a great journey. I'm back. And I'm very hungry.
Very hungry. Mucho hungry.
Mucho hungry.
They got such good food, too.
That's awesome.
Junebug, you like the shirts I gave you? I donated all my Neotac shirts to them. Every one I owned. You wearing those Neotac shirts, Junebug? I donated all my Neotac shirts. I had, what is there, 10 or 15 of them? Because I'd buy them every time.
Yeah. Oh,
3, 4, 5 of them.
Oh, okay.
I'll never wear them again. So I donated them. Yep. I donated them. They might really think I'm some kind of wrestler, some kind of independent wrestler, because their English is not good at all. Anybody that works there. And that's probably why the food's so good.
No,
So it's
yeah,
authentic.
Yeah,
It's authentic.
Yeah, they're freaking authentic too.
And they probably actually, because, but most people, they like when they see me like running around grocery stores and shit wearing that mask, they're like, either number one, he's the R word, and she's got him out on a fucking, trip. Who was it? Like in Something About Mary, where they got to take him on a field trip, or they're like, he must be some kind of independent wrestler. Yeah, they must be some kind of independent wrestler. Like we ran into some independent wrestlers at Dunkin' Donuts. They legit she added me on Facebook and everything. She thought I was like a legit wrestler. They legit do this. It's a husband and wife team from England, Vaughn, whatever they are. They live here in Cleveland now. And we ran into them by, just happenstance at a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm wearing my luchador mask, playing with wrestling figures, and they come up to me and they're, hey, who do you wrestle for? They see this big, huge dude sitting there with a luchador mask on. I'm like, must be a wrestler. I'm like, pull my mask on. I just do a YouTube show. And they're like, oh, well, you're really into wrestling. I'm like, sort of. Maybe. They're like, what do you mean, maybe? I'm going to try to get them on the show.
That'd be cool.
Why not wear what? The Neotac shirts? I don't represent anything from that group anymore. I'm still a member of said group. I don't know if you are, Hawk and Brent. I just was going to donate them to the, what do they call them, dumpster boxes? The yellow boxes that are in the parking lot of like rando gas stations and shit. Planet 8, I think it is.
It'd be funny. You go to Goodwill one day and they're like,
Neotac shirts.
Oh, darn it.
Oh, how many of them was there, Junebug? And there's probably more downstairs. Why not wear? I wore them when I was, the ones I tore up and threw away when I was doing remodeling that house. Last time I wore one of those shirts in public was probably 2 years ago, maybe longer.
Can't wear stuff if I can't wear it with pride.
Yeah, if I don't wear it with pride, I don't wear it. And I just don't have the pride in it I once did, because I used to, every time you'd ever see me, I'd be in one of those. Mm-hmm. I would. I'd be like in a Neotac shirt.
Every damn time,
yeah. You'd run into him at the flea market. You'd see it, big as fuck. I was like a walking billboard. They should have gave. Yeah, he's wearing the red or maroon, whatever.
You just sit here like this.
It said Neotac, real big and white across the back. You can't miss him.
I'm ready to reset.
Probably wearing a fur hat. Yeah, he's got a Russian officer's hat on. That's him.
No.
That's German, but it works. Well, who are you hawking, Brent? I don't know your real name. Yeah, I don't wear the Neotech swag anymore. Did they have any AEW, Alan? I've been picking up Migos at Target, actually. It's been a few weeks since I grabbed a new one. Brent Sorrison. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm still a member of Neotech, dude. No hate on them because there's ain't a point in hating. But it's not the core group that I joined all those years ago. And their mission statement has changed dramatically. And I'm just really not hip. Last time I checked, it's a free country, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I can have my opinions on said things. The overlords don't want to hear them, even though they know I'm right. But whatever, they'll be like, "Well, we know.
This is my safe zone."
Yeah. What can I do? I don't know. Fucking throw those assholes out. Bunch of scalpers and Mesopotamians. I mean, it's like the guys, you got to agree to the rules to join. And then the first post that somebody posts, all these people that I don't know by name. If I don't know you by name, it's probably a reason why. Well, what's it worth? Well, we don't do fishing posts. That's like writing the rules. You've got to post the price. They're always fishing. They'll post all this stuff. Be like, look at this. Just plainly, look at this.
What are you asking for? What are you offering?
PM for price.
$10.
Well, Hawk and Brent, I'm always looking for AEW stuff, dude. Are we friends on Facebook? I mean, I know you're from the group. But if not, just hit me up. Yeah, they have all them little special rules, man. There's different groups I'm a member of. They all have their merits and their downfalls. The merits of Neotech is that, well, the number one is that I know these guys, or the core of guys. Mm-hmm. So I know which ones are fucking assholes, and they know they're fucking assholes. So I ain't got to tell them they're a fucking asshole, but I will. And you know who you can deal with and who you can't there, because they're a bunch of fucking idiots. I mean, then you got, little, trying to think of a polite term for him. Motherfucker looks like Fievel from Fievel Goes West. You know what I'm talking about, right? Little rat-clawed motherfucker. Look like if you took Fievel and Dr. Sylvia from the old Captain Marvel comics, the little bald dude with glasses, had a baby, this would be their baby. And I would say it's Helena Troy, but it ain't got nothing to do with that, but you sort of get where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
I'm coming trick-or-treating, man.
Oh, we're trick-or-treating tomorrow night.
I just need a little bit of milk with you.
I don't have any milk.
To eat with dinner, man. I got some Papa John ravioli. I ain't got nothing to drink with it.
Can you make us over? I can give you a can of Coke.
That'll work.
Can you get him a can of Coca-Cola out of there? Sorry. No, but yeah, and you can't talk to them guys, Brent. I'm just telling you. And it is what it is. They get like fucking pussy hurt if you tell them the truth. And the little rat-clawed Fievel motherfucker, running around with two masks on, and his little rat claws like. He's the epitome of shitbag toy dealers. Look up shitbag toy dealer, Google, and have a picture of him. Nah, he's going to eat dinner. He's got Papa John raviolis. podcast. Casper's here trying to get something to drink for dinner. Yeah, he got him. You're gonna have him ravioli, right? Yep. He's having Papa John raviolis, guys. Me and my dog having Papa John. Him and Booger's having Papa John's. No problem. Jet says that's Coppa Fista's boy.
Oh god, that's Dave's.
Yeah, I can't. I try not to encourage him, guys. And Dave Webster's not here to rein him in. Thank God. Love you, Dave. But Marie Callender pot pies. Yeah, he was talking about those too a couple of weeks ago. My sympathy only goes so far with people. I hate Matt Hardy though. Still a boring wrestler. Yeah, he's really stiff now, Brett. It's Goliath.
Like his tail's like it's so weird.
Well, Halloween's tomorrow. This is Devil's Night.
Yeah, I got 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we're good. Hoping the rain holds off. It's just drizzling because if it starts dripping in here, guys, we will shut it down quick because I ain't trying to get this laptop wet again. I almost
Still got a couple months.
Yeah, I ain't trying to buy a new one yet. I'm waiting on my tax return money. I'm actually going to, I thought about that earlier today. I'm going to I have my PC in the house. I'm going to get it up and running again. And if not, I'm going to buy another tower, one that's permanently set up. Mm-hmm. Casper will trick or treat. He'll be down there. He always comes down here and gets candy from me. And I don't refuse it. You know, he like the one year put on a paper plate. So bad.
No, dude. I mean,
he took legit a paper plate, guys, and drew on it with an ink pen and made him a mask and come up here with a paper sack, and I filled it up with candy. So I felt so bad for him. I mean, he's like my age, so. Fortnite, like he trades it for weed. I'm not a weed guy, and I've got nothing against it if that's your thing. Weed is the least of his worries, Jets. He will do any kind of drug, and the thing about it is,
got these cheeseburgers.
Jets, you are a law officer, so I'm sure you've seen it. He's pickled. It takes like a beer to get him tore the fuck up because his liver can't process anything anymore. The guy's yellow. He's just fucked up, and he's going to die, and it's sad. From Captain, hard decision. Yeah, well, the panda head's pretty cool. He is the Fandom Iconic mascot. I might draw him up, actually. Casper, the crackhead ghost, the cracked up motherfucker,
Can raviolis.
No, you said Papa John's ravioli. That's what he said.
Raviolis?
Do they?
I know. I don't think so.
I don't know. We have to look.
Oh, he said a can of Papa John's raviolis.
Is that what he said? I'm hard of hearing, so I Kevin heard it.
It was like
Papa John's makes canned ravioli, I guess.
It's like a triple negative.
Yeah. I mean, I figured him for more of the Chef Boyardee type shit. Speaking of Chef Boyardee, for all you people not from Cleveland, Kevin, do you know where Chef's restaurant was?
I do, but not
where he got to start, really?
I do, but I don't.
His real legitimate start was here in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, more specifically, I don't know. Yeah, but
it was down on East 5th in like an alley.
Okay.
Yeah. A lot of those old restaurants, I'm a few years older than you, and stores, believe it or not, downtown, like those weird ass alleys, and you'll see like a storefront.
Yeah.
They were like legit stores and restaurants, like hit off in the cut in these alleys.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was that congested here in downtown Cleveland.
I only say that because of I used to work at Piggly Frolic. And Nick Costas, the owner, I mean, he's the guy that's been there for like 40 years.
Yeah.
That's owned that. So he was just saying about that, how like the Higbees and those stores, he's like right outside here used to be this freaking thing.
You would come out the door.
Store.
Yep.
That was this. Like, that.
It was crazy.
Yeah, because he had a lot of that whole like the Piggly and Frolic style stuff that he did. It was like a lot of that was like the old 20s and like 30s, 40s, 50s kind of style stuff. And he's like looking at all that. That was nuts.
Cadillac Casper. They did sell a lot of those back in 2000. Yes, the 79 superhero show, I had it on DVD. Actually, John Classic borrowed it from me probably 5 years ago and has yet to give it back to me. They did a live action one. Like Solomon Grundy, Hawkman, and everything.
Ooh.
Back 20 plus years ago when the internet was really not a thing, I got into multiple arguments over this because I remember watching it live in 1979. And it wasn't, like I used to keep Fangora magazines and everything and Famous Movie Monsters. So, like, who was the makeup artist on Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 1928 one? Well, I don't know. Oh, wait, I'll find out. Flipping through mag because I remember seeing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we would have these discussions. There was no actual reference tool I could go to prove that show existed. Oh, you imagined it. No, I've seen it.
I remember
I've seen it.
Those back in the day with the Cleveland Public Library where you can go in the chat rooms and all it was text-based chat. You just literally you just command prompt into it and it's just like a room.
Yeah, they were message boards.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. Michelle just started carving her pumpkin.
Go.
Psychosis on WCW days. That's his name in Skeleton Outfit. What's his name back then? I know who you're talking about. I'm trying to think of his name. I bet Junebug or Triple H will know. Triple H pretends because he's so highbrow. He really doesn't like wrestling. But he's like an encyclopedia of knowledge on it. You mentioned something like this, and he'll tell you all this motherfucker's match.
It's stupid. I don't know.
He goes, I don't know because
it's
horrible. It's horrible. But it was a pinfall in 12 minutes and 38 seconds at Madison Square Garden on August 18th, and it was a dark match that wasn't ever televised. And you're like, the fuck's wrong?
It was the first match that ever happened in that town.
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I watched it. I got the DVD. I ordered it off Amazon or whatever, and I watched it once again, like 5 years ago. And John Classic, he borrowed it and is yet to give it back. And he's moved only once since then. So then Chaz chimed in. La Parker, of course he knew. Why wouldn't he? See, Chaz has got all that knowledge just jammed into his head. But he doesn't watch wrestling. It's so lowbrow. But yeah, Chaz and them have all my Neotech shirts. And they can enjoy them. They can be tackers, want to be tackers.
You like it.
Enjoy. Well, that's not who it was. Brent, I'm guessing we're not friends on Facebook. Undertaking knowledge for Triple H. Oh, he's got all the That's his hero, dude. He'd go down on the Undertaker. Legit. He'll deny it. He'd go down on him. No, he'd be like, yeah, say,
Oh, it's so good. Oh,
with his mouth full. Whoa! Members. Oh, you sent me a friend request. There, yep, okay.
Got it.
Gotcha now, bud. But yeah, it's nothing, it is what it is, man. I'm not anti-Neotech like some people are, but I'm not pro either, so. I'm sort of like the Swiss. I'll keep my money in that bank, but I'm going to stay neutral at this point. Lucha Brothers are probably my favorite. In case you're not hip, Brent, I signed up for if you're a fan of AEW, AEW has a box, like Loot Crate and all that. Okay. You get 2 shirts in your size, 1 autographed 8x10, and then other swag, and it is $35.
Okay.
So you got to figure if you go on the AEW store and order these actual shirts, they're like $28 a piece unless they're on sale. So, and plus an autographed 8x10 that's obviously got a certificate with it. So you need to sign up now because the cutoff, and their box is not monthly. It's every 3 months, I think.
Quarterly.
Yeah, it's quarterly. Yeah.
Okay.
So So it's not a bad thing. You can sign up for just one box, try it out. I signed up for 3 boxes, so I'm going to see. But, you know, I can only hope I get a Lucha Brothers shirt. And I was tempted. I was on AEW's website the other night. I was looking at all the Lucha Brothers shirts. I'm like,
I hope I get that one.
well, no, and I'm sitting there and I'm ready to spend money because I bought another belt. I had some extra money from selling video games and shit. And I'm looking and I'm ready to start adding these shirts to my cart. And it's like 3 different Lucha Brothers shirts. I go, I know if I order these,
The ones you had
they will give me 2 Lucha Brothers shirts right in my first box. I know it. But I'll probably, and I'll wear them anyways. I'll probably, knowing my luck, probably get fucking Evil Uno, the like Scotty Young styled one, you know, that I would never buy, but I'd still wear it after I got it. You know what I mean? And probably a Britt Baker. You know, that'll be the 2 shirts they'll send me. And I'll be like, I guess I'm going to get on here and order some. And then like my autograph picture will be fucking, what's his name? Del Toro or whatever. They got its feud with Pac and them right now. I'll be like, okay, that's great. They do, Brenton. They're trying to bring back the 6-man tag. I'm looking for them to actually do a championship with that because they do a lot of the 6 and 8-man tags too. And it's actually fun to watch. I mean, we all know it's fake, but it's entertaining. Like the Britt Baker match from yesterday where she fought, trying to think of the crazy bitch's name. But, you know, they broke out the bag of thumbtacks, the whole 9 yards. And then they, like, dropped into the table 3 times trying to break it. And, you know, Britt Baker probably don't weigh 110 pounds. And the bitch she was wrestling probably weighs, she was a bigger girl, 160, 65, you know what I mean? But they didn't have the oomph to get through it as opposed to 400 pounds of dudes, 400 pounds plus on average.
They didn't weigh as much as me.
It was just crazy. They were just beating the dog shit out of each other last night. I'm like, this is a great match. But yeah,
we both got to go at the same time.
Yeah, well, they tried it, and it finally like bowed or whatever. And the crazy chick, I can't remember her name now. She, you know, the banding around the edge of the wood table, she got fucking slashed on that, bleeding everywhere. But AEW, man, that's my wrestling. I've tried to watch WWE, the new stuff. I cannot stomach it. I just can't. It's too PC. It's just not fun. I mean, you know, me and Chaz, and we grew up watching WWF when it was entertaining, and then I got out of it as I got older. Some people didn't, and I had a renaissance moment, I guess you would call it, with ECW in the 90s. Mm-hmm. And that shit was brutal, and I'm like,
oh yeah, dude.
Oh, I love this. And I like back in the day, it come on like Empire Sports Network on Prime Star. You remember those little satellites that everybody had? You'd have to be up at like 2:45 in the morning, come on like odd times. And, you know, no DVRs. You could set your VCR to record it and hope it worked out. But I'd be up at like 2:45 in the morning waiting on these shows to come up. Like, got my drink, just sitting there in the living room. I'm like, click, click. And I'm like, oh, what's Tommy Dreamer going to do tonight? You know? Yeah, I've noticed the difference, Brent. They've actually got a little faster pace. They have a lot of young talent in there too. The women division, they're mostly older ones actually, other than like Britt Baker and like the bunny they got from Impact TNA. Everybody hates John Cena except my wife. I got that spinner belt, Brent, and she like, you know, she's like, you know, I bring home all these replica wrestling belts, right? I got 20 of them. Well, the 20th one will be here Monday. So, and she's like, you know, I'm showing it to her, like, oh my God, this is blah, 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 blah. And she's like, and then I pulled the spinner belt out of the bag. She goes, that's John Cena's belt. That's John Cena's belt. I'm like, yeah, he's lame. I just got it because it was a deal, and Edge and a bunch of other people held it. You know, that was the championship belt there for a few years.
Yeah.
It was his design or whatever. But, you know, Triple H and all these other guys had it too.
Yeah, they held it for a while, yeah.
But John Cena's lame as fuck. He is like the lamest dude ever. Yeah, I like the WCW, NWO stuff. I thought that was hilarious. One of my things on my list that I'm going to get myself before the end of the year, and it's already the end of October, so I got 2 months. I'm going to get either I have decided, well, there's 3 of them. There's a regular NWO Big Gold. There is the Wolf Pack with the red spray paint on it, signature series. And then they have the Hollywood Hogan blue and black belt, NWO, big gold belt. And I'm like, one of those 3 I'm getting before the end of the year. I just ain't decided which one, and I'm leaning more towards Wolfpack. That's why he does hefty commercials. Yes, that's why the thing worked with him in the Suicide Squad, is because he's a twat waffle, and he played a twat waffle. Peacemaker's a twat waffle.
That was a horrible movie.
It's better than the first one. I'm telling you, the Suicide Squad is better than Suicide Squad. I was sad because, like, the redeeming parts of Suicide Squad, Captain Boomerang, I love.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Fucking unicorn.
Yeah, exactly. Rick Flag, I love.
Yes, I like Flag.
And then, well, there's no spoiler. It's been out forever. They kill off Boomerang right at the beginning of it. And then Rick Flag dies fighting the Peacemaker.
Fucking weasel.
Yeah.
Did you watch the end of the thing? I was just like at the end.
Yes.
My aunt the whole time is like, "What happened? What happened?" I'm like, just watch and look at my buddy, and at the end there, you just hear, I'm like, yes, like yes.
It's just so crazy.
You know what I like too as well? Altered Carbon was good. It's on Netflix. It's a sci-fi show kind of thing with that. It's season 1 is the guy that plays Flag as the main character.
Yeah.
And season
I think
2,
he's a good actor.
Yeah, I
you
like
know, he
him.
reminds me of a lot is he's got that southern drawl, and he's not to be homoerotic with anybody. It's not like a super good looking guy or whatever. He's like a normal looking dude you would work with at the steel mill. That's what he looks like. Some hillbilly with a lot of snuff in his mouth at the steel mill is Timothy Olyphant. Remember him?
Oh, yeah, I love him. Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Oh, yeah.
Like that movie, The Crazies. You remember that movie?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's like they get that virus and they're all like, ah, and they're like the whole town.
Yes.
And then the government like nukes the town. Crazy movie called The Crazy. But they're like anything like Justified, which was a great movie. The rain's getting heavy, guys, so we might have to call it here in a minute. They were good shows. You know, I'm like, he's believable in what he does. In the same way that guy plays, I don't even know his name, plays Flag. He's believable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't know, he was a good character.
Yeah, he was good. And my dad watched Altered Carbon, and he was really good on that too.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, and Anthony Mackie plays the guy in season 2. He's the main character. That was kind of cool too.
Yeah, is the Neotech thing tomorrow?
No, not 12.
Well,
Well,
I might have to see you before then. I got a couple of things I need to deliver to people.
Yeah.
If you're going, I'm not going.
Well, technically, it's a toy convention.
Yes.
And we're able to go there and set up as a group.
Then maybe we'll go.
So I mean, it's a Neo. It's like a toy convention.
They're just like
toy con.
I seen some stuff in Neotech that have the official Neotech seating chart and all this.
Oh yeah, they have. Well, I guess because we were talking about that in the next gen, the next gen group. We were talking about that with Josh and Jay.
Are you guys going to be out there?
Yeah, we're gonna have tables for next gen.
Maybe I'll go.
We got that whole long box from Bob. We got that whole long box of cards. We're gonna promote next gen while we're there.
Nice.
Do some stuff.
Maybe I'll leave some Luchador cards on your table.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, we're gonna have.
Yeah.
More happy.
Yeah, I like the whole community thing, Brent, and what it once was. Like next gen, I don't know if you're a gamer. Well, obviously you're talking about playing Call of Duty. If you're not in next gen, hit up Kev, Josh Kogel, Jay. It's a good group. It's a small group.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should be. Or I think
we're trying to actually. What I need to do is talk to Jay and Josh about how we want to take the direction of the group and what we want to do with it. Because we've been trying to do that. We try to do like little giveaways once in a while. Just to be fun with the community stuff, keep up with everybody and have fun. I need to, and I keep talking shit about it, but I need to get the freaking gamer thing set up so you guys can just go onto a file board there.
And put it. Well, they have. Are you in Matt Domanaki's group too? Okay. They have it on there.
No, and Matt and I just talked recently about this, and I love him to death. But
Okay, I do. I just seen him the other day. He bought some games off of.
No, yeah, he's a good dude.
I hadn't seen him in a while too. It's been probably 2 years since I've seen that. We're still friends on Facebook and chit chat back and forth about shit on there. But like in person, last time I seen Matt, he come to characters with me, Steven. Can't remember. There's a few other Neo guys there, and we went for a trivia night. And that's when Rhonda worked on Wednesdays. And we had good conversation. He's a video game guy. Matt, nothing against Matt if you're watching. He's got his quirks, and I've told him to his face. So. I make no bones about Brent and everybody in here. Just like if you're my friend, I'll tell you legit to your face. I'm like, you're weird as fuck, dude. Or whatever. I'll speak my mind.
You learn to appreciate people that, and then if you don't care for them, then you learn to stay away from them as much.
Brent, it's next week. It's at the video game convention, and I might go.
Saturday
the
12th.
Saturday the 12th.
Yep.
Because Brent, that's this coming Friday, the 5th. No, wait a minute.
No, the 12th.
Well, the 5th, I'm going to something. So it's
What the hell is the 5th?
Well, the 5th, I am going to Time Capsule Toys
to
get Mick Foley in the motherfucking house. I'm taking my ECW belt. I'm getting him to sign it. And then on the 21st, I'm going to go get Bill motherfucking Alfonso. You remember him from ECW, the referee, then / manager, and Sabu to sign it. And then fucking Michael Rickard in July at one of his toy swaps. Which nothing against Mike, I just don't. I've been to a few of his. It's a cool little thing out there in Niles. Yeah. But he's having Sandman, or as he was known in WWE or whatever it was at the time, Hat. Remember Sandman with Singapore Cane? He's having him and Jerry Lynn.
Okay.
So my mission now is to see how many ECW wrestlers I can get to sign front, back, sides, wherever the fuck they want to sign it. Because like when I hand it to Mick Foley, he's going to start it. I'll be like, sign it wherever you'd like, sir. He can sign it on the plate, on the back of the belt, on the side of the belt, over on the tab of the belt, wherever the fuck he wants to sign it. Yeah, wherever you want to sign it, Mr. Foley, I will be happy. I'll be wearing my American Luchador mask, get a picture with him. I'm going balls deep, paying for the picture, photo op, and everything. Yeah, Brett, after I get off air, dude, I'll send you a link. If you can't find Next Gen, I'll get Jets. You friends with Brent or no?
I don't not know.
Oh. There you go.
Here, Next Gen Uncensored is the actual group name there.
It's a good group.
It's blurry though, but a lot of Neotag guys are in there too. I got a couple of my friends out of state that were people from Ohio that are out of state now though, but just kind of that. And then we got a Discord channel set up for.
I've tried Discord. Nothing against Discord. I mean, Brett, you're a bit younger than me.
Maybe the initial happened to. Yeah, I've been using it for years. So
I know he gets on it and he's showing me this, that, and the other thing. I'm like,
yeah,
woo, voodoo. Cool. He got a magic box in his hand. I don't know what it's doing.
Gypsy.
He give me the sheeny eye right now. Yeah, I'm gonna check out that Hill show, Brent. Oh, don't. I'm about to start making everybody admins again. Sorry, guys. I was wiping the mist off my laptop. But yeah, maybe, Brent, you come over sometime and do the show. I think this is going to be my last one outside for a while. I didn't order Vanguard. Maybe I should, Jets. I only buy, on average, 2 or 3 games a year now since my Xbox 360 Insanity days. Like for Xbox One, I have probably 15 games, maybe 20 at the most. For PS4, I have about 15 games. But it's just like I just had a sale in Neotech because I'd rather the shit went to local guys at a cheap price. And I sold off all kinds of just like Nintendo games. duplicates, Super Nintendo. Did you see all that shit I was selling?
Oh, dude,
And
I was in one of
64.
the chat groups I was in there with Amaraki. He's like, fuck.
Yeah, he
fuck.
bought a bunch of shit
That's
from
what
me.
I'm
Yeah.
saying. He's like, buddy just posted this. It's just like, we're all like, there's another $20. Oh.
You think this game's gonna suck? It's World War II, but at the same time, from the shit I seen, the gameplay, they got all kinds of weapons. I don't know. I'm a stickler. I'm the guy that watches movies, and Three from Hell. Went to the theater and seen that when it come out. Rob Zombie movie. I love Rob Zombie movies. That's the worst of the House of 1,000 Corpses line, obviously. And the weapons they were using, this was like 1983. The ARs that these Mexican cartel was using, those didn't exist then. The optics they had on those and the forward grips and the stubbed off, none of that existed yet. This was all 90s and later stuff. For sure, take it from an expert. This stuff did not exist.
I know 7 or 8 things about this.
Yeah, I know 7, 8, maybe 10 things about this. And I'm like sitting in the theater, I'm like, really? And I'm not the guy that talks in the movie, but I'm like looking at the screen, I'm like, no. Yeah, they're doing this. They were using things that didn't exist yet. This is after the war, so they could add the AK-47 and other stuff. Oh, I thought it was set during World War II. So it's between World War II and Korea. But that's one of them things. It's like the Call of Duty franchise lost me. I love Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is one of the greatest games ever made. Mm-hmm. They've done it remastered and this, that, and the other thing. But when they did that Advanced Warfare one, where you had the fucking exoskeleton G.I. Joe movie hyper suits, you climb walls and shit in. I'm just like, dude, this game ain't even fun to play anymore. This game is Mesopotamian. It's just stupid. I'm like, this game is not fun at all. It's dumb. I mean, sure, like Call of Duty Cold War, there's a lot of stuff in that in I think that's set in 84 as well, 83 or 84. It's on the cusp of existing, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, well, this was no, not quite there, so I can disbelieve it. But when you're in a World War II based game, like when you were playing Zombies and it was the World War II one, it was hilarious when you had the Russian and German and all those characters, which warfare that was, that had that map. And, they're the guns that were coming out of the mystery boxes, other than the ray gun and everything, because we're supposed to.
I think it's Modern Warfare 2.
Maybe, yeah, you can suspend belief a little bit there, but then you're looking and you're like, well, this gun isn't made for another 40 years. So how would they have it in the mystery? The ray gun, because they're zombies and sci-fi and everything, but legit real guns that they're trying to integrate into this. To me, it didn't work. I don't know. It's just my mind. I'm like, I don't want to say it, but it's dumb.
Yeah, I call bullshit a lot of sci-fi stuff when I watch some sci-fi shows. I go, bullshit. Nope.
Scream wasn't in the. Well, I understand that too, but that's just one of those things they did. That's a 90s movie, 98 or 99, if I'm not mistaken. Integrating that in there because it's Halloween and everything, it's drove up the price, believe it or not, on those fucking hokey ass Scream masks that you used to be able to pick up at the yard sale for $1. Now they're going $40-$50 on eBay. Used. It's insane. People are insane.
We were looking at, what was it? Jeremy Mullins posted a Neotech. He had a Hong Kong Fooey and a fucking Hanna-Barbera card. And I'm like, he said he bought it for 40. It's $100 now.
Yeah.
Or what did the one do? The Zartan that I bought. I bought the color change Zartan on Hasbro Pulse. $40 for it. The second it sold out, it was on eBay for $200. It's just you suck.
Michael Myers or Freddy would have been better. Yeah, I agree. But have they not done that already, though, maybe? Or maybe they couldn't get the licensing is why they didn't do it, Brent. I don't know. Speaking of Halloween, it's that time of year. Before we sign off here, as the rain gets worse, what's everybody's favorite horror movie? I know the greatest horror movie ever made. But, I'll let everybody else chime in, and I'm going to discount what you got to say. Lovingly. Probably not. And the first one he says Friday the 13th is going to get booted. It was a joke.
Say worst, best horror movie?
Best horror movie.
Twilight. It's terrible. No, I'm saying because it's garbage. It's horrible.
I've never watched any of those
I haven't either. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, best horror movie.
Which Dracula, Junebug? 31?
Ooh.
Junebug come with a classic, if that's what he's going with.
Yeah.
I'll give Junebug credit for that.
Favorite horror.
Yeah, that's 31. But Bug gets a point. I won't insult Bug the rest of the night. That's a lie. What's anybody else got to say? Evil Dead, and Evil Dead 2, which are basically the same movie. That's a solid choice, Jets. That's a solid choice. That's great movies. Two of my favorites, and then the more campier Army of Darkness. If you don't laugh and enjoy that movie, you might be a Mesopotamian.
This is my boomstick.
Yeah. If you take yourself too seriously to enjoy that movie, I can't be friends with you.
I had to think how
Lost Boys, great fucking movie.
Yeah. That was a very good movie. That really kind of, I never know about anything like that until I watched that movie.
Yeah, that movie, that's from when we were kids. 1987, Chaz, if I'm not mistaken. It was 87, and I went to the theater and seen that, and I'm just like, because I was used to Lugosi Dracula, Max Scheck, fucking Nosferatu, the silent version, George Hamilton, Love at First Bite. There was a 70 Frank Langella, I think his name was. He played Skeletor in Masters of the Universe. He played Dracula, Universal made movie in 79 or 80. But when I seen that version of vampires, I'm like, this makes sense. This makes sense. Return of the Living Dead, one of the greatest, not just horror movie, greatest movies ever made. Soundtrack, fucking phenomenal. Fucking phenomenal. Love that. Because I, as a kid, when everybody else was listening to fucking Madonna, well, which I listened to Madonna too, but that and Suzy Q and shit like that, I was into like the Dead Boys, punk band here from Cleveland, obviously the Misfits, obviously. This has like the Tall Boys on that soundtrack, that kind of punk, and just like it fit. Have you ever seen the Return of the Living Dead?
It did. If I have, it's been so long.
Brains. You don't remember that?
I did.
Oh my God. That is one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
Fly.
My favorite is Bride of Frankenstein.
I would say probably I'd have to go with Brent's got one me on too. Pumpkinhead. Headless Horseman.
Oh, that was creepy.
That
Creepy. That's from like 87, 88.
But I think like
creepy as
Frankenstein
fuck.
and the Bride of Frankenstein was probably one of mine.
The Cramps is on there as well. Yep. Surfing Dead.
Cramps.
Yeah, that's the name of the band. Lead singer, he died a few years ago. Lex Von Leather. I'm trying to think of the name of the lead singer. They had like weird names. Cramps, great band.
Okay.
If you're into that kind of punk.
Oh yeah.
It's real changy punk. It's like Iron Maiden metal, like that real fucking twangy bass and all those Iron Maiden songs. It's like a punk rockabilly, they're bass players, and it had that. It's not like a deep bass sound, it's like a changy,
Okay.
It's weird if you listen to it, you're like, being a bass player, I like, pick up on things like that. I'm like, oh, I like that. Or, ooh, that's horrible. I agree with Hawk and Brent on another one, 1984. Great horror movie because we're living it now. That will change, Hawk and Brent. Maybe we should talk more, Hawk and Brent. I didn't think you were a like-minded individual, my friend, and that was not an insult. And it really wasn't, because a lot of people are very sensitive to social. There goes Goliath flying.
Oh, dude, I gotta put some fish line on when I get home, man. hang them somewhere. So when I go to bed at night and I freak out when I turn the light on. Ah, shit.
The Jeepers Creepers, the first one, yeah, Brent, that is another movie that was a game changer because I went into that expecting nothing.
Yes.
Yeah, it was that was a game changer movie, man.
Tremors.
Tremors? It's not a horror, it's a sci-fi movie. I liked the first one. They made like 32
What
of
was
them.
the other? What was the one David Arquette one with the fucking 8-legged freaks?
8-legged freaks. I seen that in the theater. I'm like, oh my god! I felt like an R word. I probably seen that, and I think the other one that come out like real close to that. There was 3 of them. 3 movies I seen like in a row, or like close to each other. 8-legged freaks.
I will destroy these 8-legged freaks.
Idle Hands. You remember that one?
Oh, dude, that movie. Oh my god.
And then, dude, where's my car? I'm like, I seen them all like really close to each other. I'm like, these movies, I feel stupid for watching them.
Yes.
Idle Hands. Jessica Alba was in it, though.
Yes. That was my girl back then.
Very nice, very evil.
Oh yeah, very nice.
Very evil. Wait a minute. Very soft, very warm. You remember Idle Hands? That movie was garbage.
Dude, smoking oregano, getting high, and trying to cut his hand off.
Yes. I'm just like, what the fuck am I watching? I'm sitting in the theater. I'm like, I fucking paid to see this. And I'm just like, I'm like sitting there miserable the whole time. I'm like, this movie sucks. The only other one that sucked even worse was Blair Witch Project. The most disappointing movie I ever went to the theater and seen was Blair Witch Project. Okay. And I actually fell asleep during the Harry Potter movie in a theater. So what's that tell you?
Okay.
So Blair Witch Project was fucking garbage, and anybody that says it isn't needs to get their fucking head examined or get the fuck off Zoloft or whatever the fuck you're on.
Yeah, I appreciate it for what it was, but
no,
I didn't take it for like anything.
No, it was the most disappointing thing ever because you're sitting through this movie, right? And I understood that it wasn't real found footage and all that. But they could have made it so great. If they would have, the last 30 seconds of this movie, they would have made it a fucking freak fest, right? Like fucking intestines hanging from the ceiling. All of everybody gutted. You get a rock. You get somebody over in the corner, right? A rock. And then a camera laying on the ground. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Legit. Or I'm like sitting there in the theater. I'm like, I want my money back. I want my fucking money back. That ticket was like $8.
This is bullshit.
Reanimator is a classic.
Tales from the Hood.
Tales from the Hood was great too. I love that movie. There's a lot of those.
We got a little pimp whistle.
Yeah, I used to go to the video store. Guys, remember those?
Ooh, Candyman.
The first Candyman was good.
Yes,
yeah,
the first one. Yes.
Yeah. I would go to the video store and rent things like Redneck Zombies. That's legit a movie if you look it up. It looks like it was filmed with somebody's parents' camcorder. But I would rent all these really obscure direct-to-video horror movies. And I love that shit. Loved it. Lived it.
The one actually out of all these really what gets me, Hellraiser.
First
all the Hellraiser stuff. The Hellraiser with Pinhead. Fuck. Oh, with him and the fucking all that stuff.
The first one was very disturbing for what it was. Like I love Clive Barker and everything. And then it like the ever famous Jump the Shark, in my opinion. They weren't the first one was a lower budget movie, right?
Mm.
Then the second one, the third, and fourth, what did they make 5 of those?
Something like that. Yeah.
They gave them a more increasing budget because they were money makers, and they just did not recapture the actual horror that was in the first one. You know, it was like, okay, they're gutting. You know, you're like, okay, cool. The ones I find disturbing are like the House of a Thousand Corpses, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Because while that's a, off the chain, crazed horror movie, all at the same time, it's plausible. The Michael Myers, while I love Halloween movies, not discounting them, so before anybody fucking, get your panties all in a bunch and, I fucking hate you, and they are what they are. My favorite Halloween movie is Halloween 3, which has no Michael Myers in it. It is what it is. They were going to go like an anthology thing where they did every year release a Halloween movie that was a horror movie that had nothing to do with Michael Myers. And then that movie didn't do so well. So they're like, but it's the best of the original 3 movies.
Here's my other jokingly but horror movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Love that movie because it's off the chain. I remember renting that movie back in the day, and because didn't see that one in the theater, and I'm like, it's one of them nights. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go rent some horror movies. This looks shitty.
Yeah.
That was my precursor. I'm like, this looks shitty. I'm gonna rent this. It cost me $3.
That's where most of it starts. This is gonna be good.
Because it looks shitty. Jeepers Creepers. Didn't see that in the theater. I rented that. I was living in, I'd have been North Carolina when it came out, 99, 2000.
Yeah, about.
Yeah, somewhere. I remember renting that at Blockbuster.
I love at the end of the movie though when they're sitting there and the guy's standing there in the fucking barn with the whole catapult. This is aimed at it. It's been 32 years. Like 22 years. 3 more days. Boom.
Tommy, the rock opera from The Who. That movie was horrible. And that's The Who's worst album. We're going to start talking about that shit. What are you referring to with Tommy, Brent? Yeah, that's the way, every video store had their own little thing. The little paper tokens were probably my favorite because that way, if the movie was out on rental, you could still pick up the box and look at it for waiting on it to come back in. Because, when I first seen The Road Warrior, it took me 3 weeks to finally be at the video store and it be in. It was in the big clamshell Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, the big Disney boxes.
Yeah.
And every time I wanted to see it because I'd seen the original, Mad Max, dubbed horribly and everything. And I got to see this one. I got to see this one. I got to see this one. And every time I'd go by and the little brass hook, the tag was gone. And then the time I walked over, the tag's here. I'm and I'm standing there holding this tag like it's money, bro. I'm like, I'm renting this.
Get away from
I'm going to see this. And then, my opinion, a great movie.
Was that Heavy Metal was one too.
Heavy Metal. Well, that was one of those ones that finally come on HBO. That and Rocky Horror Picture Show weren't released the video the way most movies were, even in the late 70s, early 80s. They didn't get runs on HBO. And then that come on HBO, and it was like a one-time run in 82. We were in California, and I remember recording it on beta. So it was between 80 and 83 because we were in California. So it was somewhere in that area, and I wore that beta tape out after recording because you couldn't go buy it, and then they didn't release it on VHS and Laserdisc and everything till 88, 89. It come I remember running to Best Buy. So it might have been later than that, and it was a chromium box that come in and had remember how the comics were back in the day with that tinfoil chrome cover? And I'm I've got Heavy Metal. And you know how many times I watched after that? Twice. But when I was a kid, I wore out the beta copy that I'd made off fucking HBO.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Junebug, I love all those old Vincent Price movies. As you know, dude, I'm a fan of my favorite, probably my favorite Vincent Price movie is The Last Man on Earth. And then they made a remake with Charlton Heston called Omega Man, and then most guys know I Am Legend. That's all the same story. Yeah, but the virus that takes over and he's the last, but Vincent Price version, black and white movie from 51 to 52. I've watched it 100 times. Love it.
No shit, okay.
Yeah, and he has a dog in it for a short time, and I don't want to ruin it, but we all know the story. The dog gets fucked up, obviously. Vincent Price is hunting down the zombies with his floodlights and taking them to the fire pit there in LA and burning them, the big mass grave. And, they're like vampire, like I Am Legend. You've seen that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Will Smith, yeah.
But I love the Charlton Heston Omega Man one, too, from 74, 75, somewhere in that area.
Okay.
Salem's Lot. Creeped me the fuck out as a kid. Abso-fucking-lutely. That, and I think the thing about it is the Nosferatu style makeup on the vampire. Because I remember seeing the Nosferatu movie. First time I seen that, I was, 7, 8 years old. on beta, of all things. And it like blew my mind because I was always into like weird, obscure, silent movies and shit as a kid. I would like hunt this stuff down. I'd be like tormenting people. Well, Chaz will tell you, but the video store that was in the neighborhood, Black Star, Vicky Black. I would always be asking for like obscure shit that they had in their house. Like, well, you don't have a copy of this? They're like, no.
What is that?
So I'm like, what are you, Kurosawa? You know, Seven Samurai? And she's like, never even. No. You know, just like weird things like that. I'm like, well, it was what the Magnificent Seven was like a remake of. She goes, well, we have the Magnificent Seven. I'm like, I already own it. She's like, we don't have the Seven Samurai. I don't know what, she would like throw her hands up. I don't know what to tell you. And then I'd come in the next week and ask for something really obscure. And she's like, where are you finding these silent magazines? Not People, is it? I'm like, no, it's not People magazine. Okay. All right, fair enough. Night of the Creeps, great movie. Kevin, do you want anything from characters? Rhonda says she's leaving soon.
No, but thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Kevin says no, thank you. I'll take some food. I text you back. Oh, maybe Rhonda called. I have my ringer off. Rhonda, I'm sorry, my ringer is off. Chaz says he'll take some wings. Motherfucker, you live on Ridge Road. Go over and get them. Hot wings, please, says Jet.
I'm at the air frame when you get them, but
Yeah, we can flash freeze them and send them to you. But yeah, they're just like obscure movies. I met a guy, and now I don't forgot his name. He's a Neotech guy who's into movies, and I feel horrible. I have to go look through my friends list and find him. I met him out of Dave's. At Dave's place, Fandom Iconic Outpost.
okay.
If you're watching, you have to hit me up because no offense, bro, I forgot your name. No, I don't mean that in a bad way. Huh?
There's a couple guys. Well, I know Benny Troy Adams that does that. Benny Adams, not like he lives on the rain though, but he's a big movie guy.
No, not Benny. I know Benny. White guy. He used to work with 9 Inch Nails and everything. Him and Dave knew a lot of the same people.
Oh yeah, I know, but I don't.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, he's a movie guy too, and we were like talking about movies and everything. I met him and met his kids, met his wife. His wife I'd met numerous times before. She'd set up at like Neotech meets and shit. I can't remember her name either because I'm horrible. Never seen Audition, Jets. It's actually a movie I haven't seen. I'm thinking of Casting Couches. Is that what you're talking about, or is this something else? Jets and Allen, if you guys ever make it to the Cleveland area, we go for wings to the Elks Lodge we're members of. Japanese horror flick. Nope, but I will seek it out now, Jets. I like a lot of things Japanese. A lot of obscure movies. A lot of Japanese things that creep me the fuck out, like anime, especially when they're having sex with octopuses.
Hentai,
weird,
baby.
Yeah, weird shit like that. I'm just like, well, this is like, this is out of my wheelhouse. This is out of my wheelhouse. I don't know. Weird.
My buddy used to be he was our deposits guy, Dave and Buster's. He'd do our money, and I go upstairs like get my manager keys, and he'd be like
watching that shit.
Yeah, I'd be like, you hear him like pause it, and then like you walk by and like, no, it was me, and like he'd be like, I'm like, what are you watching? He's like, oh, this is Japanese anime, and I'm like, yeah, it's Japanese anime, all right. What the fuck,
dude? Me and my brother, I was not aware of a lot of this until I don't know, 15 years ago. We bought a comic book collection. It was 130 long boxes from over in Waxhaw or somewhere. I don't even remember where it was. Some place outside of Pittsburgh, one of the suburbs. And it was like in this fucking high rise, had an elevator. And found the guy on Craigslist. And I got this stuff like dirt cheap. I ended up getting like 10 copies of Amazing Spider-Man 300. He had like all the normal stuff from like 1975 till about 90. Like tons of key issues, right? Tons. So made a mint off of it. But then he had like probably 7 or 8 boxes that like we made multiple trips buying these. I had a big full-size Bronco. We'd only get so many boxes in there. And we were taking them out in shopping carts. Like 2 shopping carts at a time, stacked full of long boxes, stacked as high as we could. He lived on the top floor, into the elevator, down. We were at the loading dock, loading them in my Bronco, kept coming back. And he goes, well, I got these other boxes. Since you bought everything else, I want to just give them to you. Because I really didn't, want to show them to you. And I'm like, okay. He goes, well, they're a little more adult oriented. I'm like, we're adults. And then and no telling what this shit's worth. I don't even know. I wouldn't even sell on eBay. Because it was hardcore. Weird. And like Josh is like sitting there like looking through every one of them and like, look at this. I'm like, dude, I don't want to see that. Please.
Like somebody drew
I'm
this.
over here cataloging
Somebody
books,
drew
right?
this.
Looking them up for sold prices. So I know, okay, I'm like post-it notes, what I'm going to list them for, right? And grading them as I'm going. Check this out. I'm like, Josh, please stop. Stop. I don't want to see this shit.
Look what he did to her. What do you call that? I don't know.
I gave him $40 a long box.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh. That's not bad. Oh.
At that time, Spider-Man 300 was only going $300, thereabouts. And I sold every copy that was out of there alone. There was like, there wasn't a giant-sized X-Men, but, I had like Hulk 180, Amazing Spider-Man 129 times 3. That was like an $800 book at that time. And we were just like, dude, I dumped thousands of dollars worth on New Dimensions. They have like chains of stores there in Pennsylvania. They had like 8 locations at that time. I would take, at full book value, probably $5,000 worth and walk in there. And they'd like lose their mind looking through. Whoa. Oh, okay, so what are you thinking? Do you want trade? Do you want cash? I'm like, I want cash. And they were cutting me checks for like $2,500. And I'm like, best you can do. Well, I got like $800 in cash, and I'll still give you a $2,500 check. We flooded the market there in Pennsylvania with these vintage books. It was crazy.
That's nuts.
And then like Spider-Man 300 is a banger book right now again. Like New Mutants 87 first cable, we had 20 copies, and that at that time was like $150 book. It was still hot, and just hanging them out, $100 a piece, $100 a piece, thousands upon thousands of dollars. We partied like rock stars for probably 8 months, like rock stars. I mean, like legit. We'd go wherever we wanted. What do you mean the Brown Steelers tickets are fucking $400 a piece? We won 8 of them. If they're $75 a piece, we'll take them. Just whatever, just wasting money. I should have banked it, but we were having a good time. We didn't get the money. All throughout. Last Exorcism, Emily Rose. That is a creepy movie. Oh, it was beyond stealing. I felt horrible. I really did. After the money we made off of those jets, we legit partied like rock stars. And I'll tell you other things I bought off air because they're just not to offend people. But one cost $10,000, and it took big things like this, really big things, and it Barrett. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Bought that bitch cash for $10,000. Gotta have it. I had one of these in the Army I had access to. I gotta have another one. I gotta have it.
I remember you.
Oh, it was great. So then we took that said thing and went blowing shit up on the farm with it. It was great. Oh. Kicked like a mule, too.
Ugh.
The air they displace around you is insane.
I can imagine, yeah.
It's insane. But, yeah, that was probably my absolute best single score. Seen the ad on Craigslist, and it wasn't even for resale because we were both, like, super comic book collectors at the time. And that's not counting all the comics we pilfered for ourselves. We kept whatever we wanted. obviously. But he had an ad. He goes, lifelong collection of comics, make offer. And the phone number. I'm like, okay. So I called this dude, and he didn't call me back till like 9 o'clock the following night. He's like, yeah, whatever, whatever his name was. Should remember it, but I don't. The guy, I got all these comics. He goes, he was moving to, I don't even remember where the fuck the guy was moving to. He goes, yeah, I want to get him out of my apartment. The whole apartment's full. And plus, we got all the Bowen statues. Probably 100 Bowen statues new in the box.
Okay.
Yeah, the $100, $150, $200 statues. And those, he was selling them like $10 a piece. He didn't give a fuck. They've never been opened. They still, when you open the actual outer cardboard box, the tape seals the shipping tape around the styrofoam on the inside, still intact.
Oh, I would say that's really freaking valued up there then, because that, oh yeah.
It was crazy. He'd never opened them to inspect them, display them, anything. Wow. So we and it was like a dank ass, dirty building too. And I'm like, oh man. I'm like, this motherfucker's gonna try to rob us, We walk in, super friendly dude. He's like, hey guys, come on in, I'm working on I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, well, here's some of the boxes, and he's like 15, 20 of them in the front room there. And then we walk in this bedroom, and it's like floor to ceiling and all this shit. I'm like, what are you thinking? And he's like, well, I don't know. Each box on average is like 300. And everything was bagged and boarded too. Bagged and boarded already. Clean. And he taped the shit properly. A lot of motherfuckers masking tape and just nonsense on them. You could like slap a price tag on them and throw them in your box at your shop. They were that kind of shape. And he's like, I don't know, like 300 books per box. He's like, I'd like to get like $40 a box. I'm like, let me take a peek. So I like get down on my hands and knees in the first box. I'm like going through, and I'm like, ooh. Like, and right off the rip, I'm like, well, it's got to be a plant box. Spider-Man 129. I like slide it back in there. I'm like, so I like go into the other room and like start grabbing long boxes. I go down like 3 down, 2 over. Get pull one out. 2 Spider-Man 300s. I'm like flipping. Spider-Man 120. Yeah. Well, let me get right now. I didn't even negotiate with the guy. I'm like, how much cash you got with you? He bought like 40 boxes right off the rip. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the ATM. I'll be back because I'll be here all night. Some of the people, like the hillbilly-ish, super friendly Pittsburgh accent. He's like, I just come on up, just hit the buzzer when you get here. I'm like, there's about shopping carts down at the end of the hall. We can put them in the buyer and take them down, and you can be back in the loading dock down there. And I'm like, sounds like a plan. Yeah. It's crazy. That's probably my best score ever, I think. And then here in Cleveland, I got all those legends at Sentinel, Galactus, Apocalypse, Onslaught, all the original Build-A-Figures. Totes. There's a picture that comes up on fucking Facebook. Big, totes. All the first 10 waves of legends, all of them. $28. I bought that guy's comic book collection too, at $10 a long box. But I mean, he didn't have. It was all shit from like 95 to 2000, or well, maybe 2010, because I got like the first appearance of X-23, Nick's, Vaughn and all that. I had all those books I sold. Oh yeah, I resold all that shit. That was fucking 15 years ago, Alan. My collection that you see, Alan, is only from the past. Now it's 9 years. I was out of the collecting game. I was a miserable fuck who hated my life. And I just like to party and have a good time, I guess, was my thing. But a few of the other things that I bought with said money that I made, I still have. Because there's certain things that Buddy will not sell. Those would be one of them. Yeah, they were like bombing all the new invention stores and Ides in downtown Pittsburgh. I sold them probably $4,000 worth of books. And then everything else I took after we picked through it for, I don't know, a solid 3 months. I still had probably 15 long boxes, and I got $100 a long box out of those. I posted them on Craigslist at $120 a box, and there was still tons of $15, $20 books in there. They just weren't worth the effort of reselling.
Oh, yeah.
And I had a dealer out of Ligonier, Pennsylvania, maybe east of Pittsburgh. He like called me on the phone, and I'm like, hey man, there's a lot of $15, $20 books in here, and I'm gonna stick to my guns. So he showed up at my house in Pittsburgh. He looked through them, and he's like, well, I'll give you $80 a box. I'm like, I don't want to sell them for that. He goes, I guess I'll take them for $100 a box.
There you go.
Yeah, that was probably my best score ever, I think. Well, it's getting bad, guys. We're going to sign off. Next week, we'll be doing it from in the house. Kevin wants to stop over. More than welcome. I don't know if we're going to do it upstairs. I want to run an Ethernet cable. For whatever reason, like that window is where the router sits, right?
Yeah.
We never have that issue out here that I've had inside. Now, as you know, in my toy room, which is directly above that, I mean, directly above it, that's why I was having all those issues running from the inside.
Okay.
Getting no signal. So I'm going to drill a hole, since we're ripping those rooms out anyway, straight through the ceiling. I'm going to run an Ethernet cable straight to the router.
Okay.
So I can hardwire this, and hopefully it works better. I don't think it was a great show, Jets. I appreciate that, but we tried to entertain.
You're a great friend.
You're a very good friend.
Most of the support.
Very, very warm, very soft. Very warm, very soft. You'll see me next week, Junebug. Well, you live around the corner, motherfucker. Seems like you'd stop by more. But I'm ready to wrestle now. I put some of my wrestling belts underneath the robe.
I got my coming out.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm taking this. I told Ron when she gave it to me today. This is going to the Christmas party at my work. I might do a live Facebook video from there. We didn't get to have one last year because of the coof. Our Christmas parties are notorious. Have you ever seen that movie, Christmas Party? Is that what it's called? Or Company Christmas Party? With Jason Bateman, and I think it's what it's called. And fucking comedy. We were doing a Halloween show. Speaking of which, I hope she is. Yeah, our captain is he's being held hostage by Somali militia. I think they're trying to ransom him off, and we're trying to come up to $14 to get him back. Mondo Funny Books is restarted. You haven't mentioned any of those shows, guys. I'm horrible. To my knowledge, yes, Miss Fever will have a show tomorrow on Halloween. I will not. I will try to tune in, though, depending if I eat myself into a cheesecake coma at Cheesecake Factory. But hopefully, that's a good question. I never text my captain. You know, his Somali captors. Oh, are you serious? I'll address that here in a minute. The Somali captors are trying to ransom him back to us for $14, and we just don't have it. That's what they want back for Dave. $14. We don't have it. It's a lot of money. But in this day and age, $14 is like 2.5 gallons of gas. Hopefully, Dave is coming back soon, though, our captain. And we'll see. But hopefully, Jen's having a show tomorrow night, Miss Fever. And then Mondo Funny Books ran yesterday. I watched it on Facebook, and I think he's uploaded it to the channel on here. I actually called him while I was at work. Notification, I keep my phone, the ringer off, on my computer at work in my office, and I got my phone turned up like this by the monitor, and the notification come up. I'm like, whoa! I hit it. I'm like, oh! Because he hasn't done a show in forever. But I will be back no matter what next Saturday. You go fuck yourself till then. Kevin wants to show up. have at it. Hopefully Jay, he shows up. Haven't seen Jay in a while.
Jay woke up. He was sleepy.
He was sleepy, but she needed 31 likes in order to get a show. Well, you guys better get the fucking liking it, because I'm sure I already have. But it's been semi-entertaining. I hope you guys all have a good Halloween. My favorite holiday, obviously. Yes, Alan, me and the captain talked about that. Me and you, I'm going to send you my actual phone number so we're going to have conversations, because texting is the actual word. I'm trying to work with that OBS. We were talking about that earlier. We need to do split screen shows. Kevin has suggested Discord. Can we run it to YouTube? Or do you know? Didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, oh yeah. But you mean you're gonna, like I said, you'll log on to Discord, and Discord will automatically shoot the thing.
That's what OBS was trying to do.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't.
The minute you go record, the minute you go live on there, it'll automatically kick the YouTube feed live.
And then I can
you'll just
invite
have
people.
Yeah, well, like in Discord, you can invite people in Discord, and then what'll happen is people will see what you see in YouTube. So like you're doing all the funny wizard shit, and they're just sitting on YouTube watching all your wizard stuff.
Yeah, but I can't do a split screen though.
You can, like, you can bring them into the room there.
That's what I'm trying to do, because like Alan and me, like talking back and forth, or like when you, or like Jay, Sleepy Jay, don't want to come over.
Yeah.
But we could do a split screen, and you know what I mean? He could be at home
nice.
sitting in his drawers, you know, and I could be in my living room sitting in my drawers.
That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
My whole point of this, yes.
Alan
can sit here with his whole table set up, and you guys can go back and forth and go, hey, here's my thing, and then he can go, wait.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that. We need to liven it up a bit. But you guys are going to have to get drinks to have. Or edibles. Whatever it is.
Whatever's available in your local
market. We can't speak for your local market. But it has been fun tonight. And wet. But you guys have a good night. Go fuck yourselves, and I will see you next Saturday. And remember, all my lucha. Wait a minute, I got to do it like this. Let me tell you something, all my lucha maniacs out there. Remember, we don't need to drink milk. We don't need vitamins. You spit your vitamins out, and you drink your bourbon, and you will be an American luchador. Go fuck yourself.